So since last episode, I've gotten buff. I've upgraded from full iron to full diamond, went ahead and killed the dragon, but I'm not going to show that in a YouTube video because other people have killed the dragon, and if I killed the dragon too, then that would be copying. There we go. Oh!
And that's a wrap.
Jokes aside, we're at the point where the game can actually begin. And I have a lot of projects I want to do in this world, but to do them, I need resources. And for resources, I need farms. So I'm going to build 5 amazing starter farms. Be able to get all the resources I need so we can get started on our mega base. And the first one of our farms that we're doing is one that's going to allow me to explore the world infinitely. It's time for Creeper Farm. Bop, 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 bop. And then I need to get a cat right here, partially so these phantoms will stop attacking me. All right, come here, you. Here, we can do this. Oh my God, that was perfect. You sat there perfectly. You're wonderful. That was amazing. Thank you. The most obedient cat ever in all of Minecraft. You get a little medal. Gold star. And then as far as cat name, by HP in the community, she unlocked a bunch of lore from the hardcore series. There's lore here, by the way. And you all know I'm not smart enough to design this one by myself. This is a design from Shulkercraft, originally inspired by Chapman, and I watched that tutorial while working on it during a stream thanks to this video's sponsor, Opera GX. If you all don't know, Opera GX is a version of the Opera browser that's designed for people who need to get the most out of their machines, which is why they target gamers. It allows you to control the RAM, CPU usage, the network usage on any of your tabs, kill tabs that are chewing up too much processing power, and customize the whole thing with themes and color options that make it distinctly yours. You can pin your favorite social media right to the side of your browser. There's also a simple catalog of a bunch of different discounted and free games across multiple different platforms, and with the pop-out feature, you can watch a video just in the corner while playing or editing or doing anything underneath it, and it all works seamlessly. And switching is easy. All Chrome extensions are supported, and you can import your bookmarks and your preferences with just one click. And with their newest feature, GX Flow, you can send videos and web pages from your desktop directly to any mobile phone just by scanning a QR code that opens it up right where you left off. This is the second time Opera sponsored something on the channel, and I like promoting them because I've been using it as my primary browser for months now. So if you want to check it out, download it for absolutely free. Use the link down in the description and the pinned comment. Go check it out and let them know that I sent you. Thank you very much, Opera, for sponsoring the video. And now let's get started with our second farm of the day. It's time for a sugarcane farm. And this one is the generic sugarcane farm design that you see basically everywhere. It's so ancient, I don't think it has an original author. It's also lossless, with a minecart running around and collecting everything, and a nice little collection system right at the back. This is all I need to get started and get flying. And after a little bit of building, a trip to the Nether for quartz, a trip down to the deep stone caves for redstone, we have it. We have just a little starter one. I'm gonna add more layers to this. I already have it all excavated, but I kind of ran out of quartz again, so I don't want to do that, and I have to clean up all these barrels here. Yeah, it's been running for about 10 minutes, and we got 59 sugarcane, which is more than enough to get started on some rocket production. So now it's time for farm number 3. And it's perfect that we're at night because this one is a honey farm. Okay, so when we first spawned in, yes, there it is. I saw this birch forest here, and we have, so many mobs. We have a silk touch pickaxe, which I think will work. There's phantoms behind me, which is a bit of a problem. So let's just get ourselves up here, get the chest plate on so we're nice and safe, because I saw a creeper as well. Ooh, can we get a music disc real quick? Ah, no, it died. Let's get a disc. I want to get a disc. Come on, we can do this. There's 2 skeletons trying to shoot me now. One of you can hit the... That's a trident? What? Okay, I have something more important than the disc. that I want. I need to kill that thing with the looting sword so we have the better odds. Give me the fork. Well, but it's right there. Why can't I pick it up? It's right here. They must have had infinity on the trident. Disappointment on the trident aside, it's time to run around and gather beehives. I saw a ton of them, and I need 8 for this farm design to really work well. Buzz buzz. And since it's nighttime, I can just pick them up with Silk Touch and just take them home with all the bees inside. And you get an advancement for that. Oh, there's the advancement. Nice. There's 3 in that one. That's a good beehive. Once all the beehives were home and I'd collected all of the resources, it's time to build the design by ENXO4. The good thing about this is you don't need to set up a ton of redstone and a bunch of different modules. It'll just constantly recycle bottles around until it becomes a honey bottle, in which case you filter it out. I need to get a lot of glass, which I'll trade with my villagers for, but this is a great way to guarantee I can get honey blocks. And I need those because I haven't found a swamp yet, and I need flying machines for some of the later builds, which means it's time for some sticky situations. And farm number 3, done. Check out our new honey farm. Now, you can't really tell from the outside because I don't have a lot of honey. I do want to kind of have this idea of there's some honey dripping off the top of it and kind of bubbling out, but the farm is just doing work right now. I don't have a door. Boop, boop. Oh, we can make a couple honey blocks, so we can get some honey piled up on the top if we really, really wanted to. The only downside is it clicks, like near constantly, if you're anywhere close to it. But we can probably just like deal with that. I'm hoping that we can just kind of let that go. But it's pretty nice. I like it. I think it sells it. The smoke off the top is something that is completely unique. I don't think we've seen that anywhere else in the build overall. But looking at it, it definitely is nice. I think I need a little bit more leaves right there. But this one feels pretty good. And right next to the creeper farm, we're kind of building like a horseshoe of all the farms. And I honestly think we're gonna do that on purpose. So if we end up building like a central storage system, spoilers, we won't. We're saving that for the mega base. But at least we can kind of just run a lap to harvest all the farms. That iron farm is actually looking a little out of place being made out of deep slate now. But while we're working on redstone, it's time for farm numero next. Right about, probably right there. Let's build a moss farm. Now this is one I knew I was gonna bury and hide because it's ugly. There's no real way to make this one look good. It has comparators, hoppers, dispensers, big lines of redstone, and everything in between. If it's under the redstone tab, it's probably in this farm. But you can look down on it and see the action happening in a kind of satisfying way. So that's the idea. I dug a big pit and put the moss farm down into it, covering it with a layer of glass, and instead of building a big structure up so that everything was inside of a building, I made basically just a little deck around it where you could just look down and see the farm working. And it's good that you can keep an eye on it because this one breaks like a lot, and I have no idea why. All right, so it mostly works. This is kind of the vibe I wanted for this. Similar, we're bringing in some of the campfires so we have smoke. This one's a lot simpler. I don't know why it's breaking. This design is like block for block something that somebody's made that shouldn't be breaking. It's not outside of a chunk border. Everything's inside of one chunk as far as all the blocks that are getting modified. Everything else should be fine. It's just, it's breaking. And I don't know why. I'm just getting cobblestone in here randomly, which kind of ruins the rates of the farm. So if you have an idea why this is broken, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. But now we got to get started on our next little project. It's time for, well, I need a lot of bamboo. Let's make a bamboo farm. And a bamboo farm is going to serve multiple purposes, both using it as a block, because I'm currently living in a jungle, so I'm going to need to use a lot of bamboo to make things feel nice and natural, but also as a resource. It's an excellent source for super smelters and furnaces, as well as a resource for scaffolding, which is going to be really helpful as a builder as well. And this thing is extremely satisfying once you get it running. But getting it running is a lot harder than you would think. And with that, I think this thing is done. Well, mostly done. It needs a glass wall around it still, and it needs a way for it to automatically trigger. But now you see why we built the honey farm when we did. So instead of building the wall first, I want to make sure it works. And also automatically triggers. I want to make sure it works. I've never built a flying machine before. This is literally the first one I've ever made. So I don't know if this is gonna work. I think it's gonna work. So we're gonna test it. I should really like back up the world or something. Here, let's put a marker so this is the first time it runs. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't even have storage or anything, so... It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Why does it not work? This is supposed to work. Do honey blocks pull less than slime blocks? They shouldn't, right? Let's see if reconnecting makes this work a little better. What is stuck here? Okay, let's test something. I need to know for sure if this is just broken or if I'm just an idiot. Don't mind that. That's something for a new Dominion episode coming soon. Why is it working here? Okay, so then, does it work with honey blocks? It should, right? Do flying machines not work with honey blocks? Okay, so that machine type works. Is it just the model of flying machine I made doesn't work? The type of flying machine I tried to build just not work? After a little bit of time in the redstone testing world, I'm back fixing the machine and things start to go beautifully. Watching this just glide through and shave everything off is extremely satisfying. And I'm really happy that I put the time in to build this where I've never made something like it before. And one last thing, I actually upgraded the creeper farm that we originally made, changing it from just 1 layer up to 4. I've already emptied this, but we've made basically a shulker's worth of rockets at this point, so that's going pretty good. The only downside is when I was AFKing, waiting for that gunpowder to collect, well, this happened. This is a 30-minute AFK session. This is wonderful, right? Like, look at this. Isn't this great? What did it cost? Well, it cost a bit. All of the work we had done with our villagers to date.